What is going on when it comes to VeChain? Well, I'll tell you because VeChain builders, they recently made a post regarding what is going on when it comes to VeChain. Did you know that they recently said Agent Suite is keeping the VeChain developers beyond busy? This is pretty massive because through Agent Suite, that is basically VeChain's answer towards its AI focus, right? Because a lot of projects out there, they really focus on AI, but when it comes to VeChain, they're focused on AI primarily through something as of right now called Agent Suite. And I'll talk about this in today's video, and I'll talk about the price of VET later, which is VeChain's primary native token, and how the recovery has been around 4% in the past 24 hours. But even besides that point, I first want to clarify nothing I say is financial advice. I am not telling anyone to do anything, and this is just my personal opinion, perspective, and outlook when it comes to VeChain. So again, VeChain Builder said Agent Suite is keeping the VeChain developers beyond busy. And as of right now, Agent Suite is still being tested on. So this is, I think, a good sign because it showcases that a lot of these developers are quite interested when it comes to Agent Suite, because maybe it showcases that they're seeing some sort of use case when it comes to that. Now let's just give a quick recap. I've already explained before what Agent Suite is in greater detail in my previous videos, but I want to give a quick recap on this to give a better context and understanding as to the magnitude of something like this. Because if we take a look at Agent Suite, what is it, right? Basically, it's a no-code AI agent builder. Now, long story short, the cool thing about this is that typically, if we take a look at AI models out there, it's pretty generic, right? In some cases, because it really has no specialization sometimes. But through Agent Suite, they're trying to flip the script a little bit because imagine if, let's say, I was a very experienced contractor or mechanic or engineer or something like that. Through this, what I can try to do is make an AI agent that is specialized based off of my experience. So it can be tailor-made to the experience that I want to give, right? Let's say I'm a mechanic, I can make an AI agent that is in the know when it comes to mechanics. Let's say the experience, the know-how, and all this. And then imagine if I could put it in a marketplace so that it can be hired maybe by some other people out there or some companies or whatever the case may be. That would be kind of a game changer, right? Because if anything, I'm putting my own experience in this hypothetical make-believe scenario and building an AI agent based off that experience. So then maybe other individuals, other companies out there can learn from that and then maybe ask it questions or something like that based off the specialized experience that I gave it, basically, right? And that's basically what VeChain is kind of trying to do. But if we take a look at it through Agent Suite, there are 3 products. Now, Agent Forge, which again is a no-code builder that turns what you know into a working agent, basically, just kind of like the example that I mentioned before. Now, if we take a look at Agent Market, it's kind of like the marketplace. And then if we take a look at Agent Trust, it's the flagship trust layer running on VeChain's blockchain rails. So if we take a look at it, imagine a lot of developers as of right now, they're continuing to test Agent Suite. So I get it. VeChain is a project that is historically focused on supply chain management, but now it has its answer when it comes to AI. Other projects out there, they say, oh, we're focused on AI, but what are they really doing? We don't know. They're just saying they're focused on it, but we don't really know what they're doing. But when it comes to VeChain, we know what they're doing. We take a look at Agent Suite. They're not playing around. Now, we still have to wait and see what that could really be because as of right now, a lot of people are still testing it. We just don't really know what it could be moving forward, but at least they're trying. Some people like to say, well, why doesn't VeChain try later? Well, they have to do it now, right? Because if they don't work on it as of right now, if the wave were to come, if let's say there's AI adoption when it comes to this space, if let's say that AI narrative were to flow into this space, again, VeChain has to be prepared for that. It's like Jeff Bezos and Amazon. They had to be prepared to catch that e-commerce wave, but all the work had to be put in before that wave really set in. So then when that wave really came, they went along with the ride. So it's kind of no different here. They have to prepare first in order to maybe be able to catch the wave later. But the key is preparing first. That's the thing. It's like, for instance, let's say I'm an athlete, which I'm not, but I'm just saying a pure hypothetical. If let's say I'm training for a marathon, I would have to put in all the work before. It doesn't mean that I'm going to win. It doesn't mean I'm going to become like 5th place or 10th place. It doesn't mean anything. all it means is that I have to prepare first, right? The result is to be determined. But at the same time, I have to put in that work first. It's no different here, in my opinion. But that's just a pure analogy. However, even besides all that, when people like to say, well, what's going on when it comes to VeChain? Well, that's primarily what's going on. And if we take a look at it, it's a fantastic use, I think, of the VeChain Thor blockchain. Because again, if we take a look at it, Agent Trust, it's the flagship trust layer running on VeChain's blockchain rails. If we take a look at the VeChain Thor blockchain, supposedly zero network outages ever since 2018. So it's a historically pretty reliable blockchain that's now having a better use case, in my opinion. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all. And now if we take a look at VET, around a 4% recovery in the past 24 hours, am I going to complain about that? No, sir. VeChain's been down for quite a while now, so if I see something like this, I'm not going to complain. And if we think about it, even with this slight recovery, VeChain is still kind of low, historically speaking. The reason why I say that is because the market cap is around 420 million as of right now. I mean, that's a market cap that we once saw back in 2020. So we're still kind of low. I mean, these are levels we once saw around 6 years ago, approximately, which is, I get it. It may seem like a bad thing, but I really don't mind things being low just because I'm looking to dollar cost average, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything. So the dip, it is my friend in a sense. Like, I'm not against it. I don't mind the dip, basically. That's just what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying, VeChain, in my opinion, I don't ever really need it to go back to its all-time high. I mean, if it never goes back there, I have zero complaints because if we take a look at it, VeChain's all-time high in terms of market cap is what? Almost 14 billion. The market cap as of right now is around 420 million. I mean, in terms of market cap, we're around 30 times lower than its all-time high. So, I don't need it to ever go back there. Here's the thing. If I just rewind the clock a little bit, not too far though, but I just take a look at it not too long ago. Back in December of 2024, the market cap was around 5.3 billion. So clearly we're well over 10 times lower than that. If VET could maybe just go to half of that, I'm already going to Sizzler, the restaurant. I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but I'm just saying. But when I take a look at VeChain, what's going on is that they're really focused on AI as of right now. Sure, they're really focused on supply chain management. That's still their bread and butter, but now their new toy, so to speak, their new vehicle, that's going to be AI, which I don't mind though, because AI, it's a big narrative when it comes to stocks. If it were to come into this space, VeChain, by being focused on it and trying to prepare for it, it's just going to be better equipped to handle that AI adoption if that AI narrative were to come to this space. So I don't mind. I think if anything, VeChain, it doesn't mean that they're abandoning their focus when it comes to supply chain management. They're still focused on that, but they're just now adding another layer. They're adding another wrinkle to their, I guess, expertise, which I don't mind. It's like adding more tools in the toolbox. Why would I complain about that? I can't fault them for trying. I mean, if they don't try, how would they know if they could actually ever do anything in regard to the space of AI? So, yeah, I have no complaints when it comes to this. VeChain, it has a partnership with the UFC. It has a partnership with PowerSlap. We've seen historical partnerships with H&M, BMW, Walmart. So when it comes to VeChain, I have zero complaints as of right now. I mean, yeah, sure, it's slow, but again, it's not the only one that's slow. And I don't mind the dip anyways, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but seeing around a 4% recovery in the past 24 hours, I'm not going to complain about that. However, I'll be sure to make more updates moving forward when it comes to VeChain, so hopefully y'all stay tuned for that. It's Melanie the Captain. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace. Bye.